There's a guy called Dan Hunt who has created this route and generously shared it with the world. And the idea is that anyone who signs up pretty much takes this route and does all the preparation and planning themselves. So no one's going to tell me how to train, no one's going to tell me what to pack, no one's going to tell me what to eat, when to sleep. That's all up to me. So I'm just going to have a quick little snooze while this Freon works its magic. Hold that thought. I needed a spoon. So I might need more or less breaks than, say, someone else that's carrying less weight than I am. So the idea is you ride from Melbourne to Canberra, but you can decide wherever you want to stop for the night. How you want to sleep is totally up to you. So there's a bit of preparation that might go into working out where you're going to stop and refuel and how many days worth of food you might carry in a certain section. Might have overcated just a little. It's really important when it comes to water. Hold that. So water, you need to really take note of where your water points might be, whether you're going through a town and there might be a toilet facility that you could use, a tap or something, or if you're refilling out of rivers, then things like filtering is something you need to consider. So I guess the whole purpose of me filming myself right now, I set myself this challenge for the end of the year because it's got to be a scary challenge. I want it to really mean something, and I thought if I'm going to do this, why not document it? Who knows, there might be others out there that want to give this a crack but might not be too sure what it's about. I'm interested to see how it comes out, but the reason I'm doing it, I guess, is I've just recently discovered a bit of a like for the editing side of it. I prefer to be behind the camera, but yeah, I feel like once this journey is over, I'm looking forward to sitting down with all the footage and seeing what sort of story I can make of it. Time to eat.
Right, on to the hiker bike section. I'm glad I brought these shoes. I could just feel that they're like slippers. They're so comfy. I bought them from Nowra, this little bike shop. They were the last ones he had. They were in my size. Obviously been sitting on the shelf forever because I wore them on my first 500 ride. And the soles delaminated. By the time I finished, they were like talking to me, but they were so comfy, I tried to save them. So I took them up to shopping centre, went to one of those little shoe cobbler people to see if he could fix it. And he said, look, no way, give it a miss. Time of death. So I thought, screw that. And went to town with a tube of liquid nails, and they're still going. So, you know what, just because they're a bit ratty or tattered, doesn't mean they're not good.
It felt great to be past the halfway point and back on some fast downhill roads again. I could see some blue skies around, but I knew the storm clouds would be rolling in soon, so I was pretty keen to get going again after a quick coffee and breakfast at the general store.
Oh, this is new. One more twist before Omeo. Thanks, Dan. Made it to dinner plane. I wasn't expecting that little off-road trail, but it was actually really cool. Back on the Alpine Way, hopefully until Omeo. Just a few more hills yet, but I can taste that beer already. A little quickly, I'm staying just in front of the stop. When it goes to Omeo. My magpies. Just watch him try to take Joe out now. I think he's eyeballing me. Hey Maggie. Hey bud. You wouldn't swoop innocent me, would you? Thanks bud. Just as I press stop, massive crack on the head by this magpie. Dude! Must have heard me say I was having a good time and went, oh yeah? That was a good crack. Beast. Oh, what's that? We made it to Omeo. What? Someone's rung the dinner bell for these cows. They're on the move. On our way up here, down here, we were driving, we stopped at a bakery, and she had written above the counter, "Don't wait for the storm to pass, go out and dance in the rain." And I am repeating that in my mind right now, over and over and over, and I am dancing in the rain. Well, I'm at least singing in the rain. I'm warm, I'm wet on the outside, and there's a cold beer waiting for me, and a warm shower. Things could be worse. I'm having a good time. Just in. It's just in. Forecast weather. Rain. Lots rain.
Quick story. Yesterday's ride taught me a valuable lesson that nearly cut my Hunt 1000 journey short. While riding along the Great Dividing Range track, I spotted a high-vis vest on the ground and picked it up, assuming it belonged to another Hunt 1000 rider. As rain began to pour, the vest slipped lower and lower until eventually catching my rear wheel on a steep, bumpy section, locking it up instantly. Luckily, I managed to stay upright on the loose, rocky trail and was able to tear the vest free without any major damage. So lesson learned, I would definitely make sure that I tightly secure any loose items to my saddlebag from now on. But as for my thongs, this legend found them along the trail and carried them all the way to Hotham where I could collect them on my way through.
So I'm in Omeo, and this is my rest day. So I've done my washing, went to the coin laundry, had a massive, big breakfast and everything. Actually washed my hair, that's why it's all fluffy. Washed me, I ended up sitting in the shower for quite a long time. Turned my room into a bit of a laundromat, so everything's out drying. And you might be wondering, what is that you're wearing? Well, funny you should ask. The guy that owns the outdoor sporting shop here opened up early for us, and I thought I might need a second rain jacket. But why get a rain jacket when you can get a rain poncho? So this is my backup to my rain jacket. I don't care if I look ridiculous, I'm going to be dry and warm. But it's good to know that I've got it. I'd rather have it than not have it. And the donor, so I went to Christoph, who owns the bike shop across the road. Absolute champion. Checked my brakes, checked my gearing and everything, and he found, typically, with all the riders coming through, that all the derailleurs just have grit and sand and all sorts of stuff just jammed in there, so they're not getting that spring movement and tension like they normally would. So we got the compressed air and just lubed everything up, and now she's rocking, ready to go. So bring on the second half of the Hunt 1000. I think I'm ready. I just have everything I have on charge. I'm really hoping I can get my drone batteries charged up. The charger I've got, I don't think it has enough wattage to charge these batteries very well. So it just takes a lot longer to charge things than usual, but I managed to ration my battery usage really well to this point, and hopefully I can just keep trickle charging as I go and get some good footage for y'all. Anyway, I'm going to take this off because now I'm roasting in my rain poncho and need to cool down. Day 9. Fully rested, feeling good. Had brekkie, had coffee. Donna's all loaded up, ready to go. And I can see some blue sky out there, so that's a really positive, good feeling to start the day. So today's ride is 100 k's and about just over 2,000 meters of climbing to get to Tom Groggins Campground. And I can either stay there the night and then push on up Tom Groggins, which is an extra 25 kilometers and 1,200 meters of climbing to get to Thredbo. So if the weather turns sour, I could potentially push on to Thredbo. I have 2 muffins and a caramel slice on board, and my spontaneous purchase, my poncho, in case it rains. Feeling good this morning. Ready to tackle part 2 of this adventure. You might be wondering why I'm carrying hot pink post-it notes. That is for situations when I pass just a local legend or someone that's gone out of their way to help us, or Peter, who brought over the kettle and the free coffees and tea, and Leanne at Lacola Caravan Park giving us free oranges. I like to leave them a little thank you, you're a legend note. It's not much, I know, but
You know, they really do go out of their way for us. So it's nice to say thank you. And I'm actually going to leave one. Actually, I'm going to do that now. Because I wanted to leave one for the bike mechanic, Christoph. So Christoph told me that he's actually not officially open yet either, because Omeo's just recently built a mountain bike park. So he's gone for like a nice mountain bike with his mates on the weekend, came back to all these missed calls and going, oh, something's going on here, better get back to the shop. And then he's got close to 100 bikes on the way to get some mechanical assistance. So he's an absolute legend.
One thing I really liked about this bike shop was looking at some of the old local memorabilia Christoph had hanging on the walls. This photo in particular stood out to me as it was taken at the Omeo Sports Day in 1898. I managed to find an old article in the Omeo Gazette that mentions this race, and it read that the bicycle races were a great attraction, and in the last lap during the sprint for the finish, the second rider swerves into the leading rider, bringing him down with such force that he is sent flying past the finish post, winning the race.
This is my accommodation for the Golden Age Motel.
Flat roads. Got the sun warming me up. Sheep, llamas, chickens, cows, horses. Pretty aggressive magpies. A couple of crows. Some little cottontail bunnies running around. How good.
Had a minor detour this morning. So as we were riding along, this farmer stopped us and said he was about to move some cattle between paddocks and highly recommended that we reroute through town because it's like, and we could hear the bulls. Definitely feeling very vulnerable out there, so we took his advice and we've just sort of, it's an extra 5k's, but actually silver lining, there was a toilet here, so I could stop and have a quick splash of water on the face and stop for a snack. So yeah, I've been waking up in the middle of the night hungry, and I'm having huge meals. Just tell that my body's starting to just turn into a little furnace. I can get used to eating like this, but my face is like breaking out horribly. Looking forward to getting back to some homemade food. Anyway, save some battery.
beautiful. I love this thing. It's such good gravel. It's pretty much like fast country road. It is so good. Sun's out. The views are amazing. I'm about to head down into Tom Groggins track, but I just can't get enough of this view. Water's nice. Hey Thomas, how you doing? I thought I saw your yellow shirt, like just on the horizon, and I was like, I think that's Thomas. I'll see if I can catch him. This is the Tom Groggins Campground. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is like right on the Murray River, perfect for swimming, and it is magic. I will definitely come back.
It felt great to be arriving at the Tom Groggins Campground with enough sun left to spend the afternoon in the river and sitting around the campground. Sadly though, I also had to say goodbye to a dear friend of mine taken all too soon by the Murray River. I will miss you, Droney.
Where did that go?
Can't stand the thought of losing you. Tell me, do you think of me too? 'Cause every song just reminds me of you, and it kills me. No, it was a mistake letting you go. 'Cause every song just reminds me of you, and it breaks my heart. You're still here, though we're apart. I'm seeing your face in my dreams. I can't escape you. Like a movie.